What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life.
Hey, Katie.
On today's video, we are technically in Brooksville, Florida. This is one of the most interesting places in Florida for its unique history. This is a boomtown turned ghost town turned pigeon racing community. The history of this place, it's just remarkably wild. So I know this looks like a barren wasteland today, but this used to be one of the most incredible woodlands that ever existed in North America. The trees here were some of the largest in North America on the East Coast, and today they are all gone. However, this today is a pigeon racing community. So we're going to learn more about this whole area that is just north of Spring Hill, Florida, and at one point enjoyed some of the most beautiful forests in North America. By the 1900s, this area was a boomtown, and the logging industry was in full swing. You wouldn't believe how big the logs were in this area. The logs were like the size of a school bus. It was just an incredible area, and unfortunately mankind in its ambition left nothing behind, and it turned a forest into a absolute wasteland. And that wasteland became the perfect place for pigeon racing, a sport that has its roots in Belgium, in Europe, that was brought by immigrants to the United States. It was very popular, especially during the World Wars before technology, where, you know, pigeons were used for communication, because a homing pigeon has a homing instinct that always returns home. But the clearing that was left behind by logging was a barren wasteland that seemed to be perfect for one single thing, and that was for pigeon racing. See, the vast open area meant that the pigeons, people that bred pigeons for racing, had a wide open landscape, just open land, and the birds could land and they could see the birds flying, and thus, because of the barrenness left behind by logging, this turned into a pigeon racing community, which became the largest pigeon racing community in the United States. I'm not sure if it still is, as of now, the largest pigeon racing club in the country. I think Miami has a larger club today. But there were fanciers, as they're called here, from China, Cuba, Poland, German, like every nationality you could think of, Filipinos. In fact, to the left of us is the Big Andy One-Loft race, which is one of the biggest pigeon races in the country as well. At least it used to be. I've been disconnected from the sport for a while. Many years ago, we interviewed Tony Malucci, which was considered a living legend of the sport. And that was in 2014, I believe. 2012 to 2015, somewhere in that range, we interviewed Tony Malucci, who was considered like a living legend from Rhode Island. And his interview is on my Pigeon Racing channel. Absolute icon of the sport that I had the opportunity to interview. Privilege to interview somebody of that, rank in that hobby. But the older fanciers are not here anymore. Time passes, and a lot of them are just simply not here anymore. Their age, advanced age, and the young people just don't take up the pigeon racing hobby the way the older generations did. So it's questionable what will happen to the future of the pigeon racing sport. It fueled many pet shops in this area. There's pet shops, there's pigeon racing clubs. Races were hundreds of thousands of dollars in prizes. It was like a whole entire industry based off of that pigeon sport. And it's been struggling for a lot of reasons. One reason is just the amount of people that they have to kick out of the sport for cheating has been a thing where the young people, they just want to juice the birds up and get the birds moving a little faster than they should. But it's been... That cop's turning around as soon as he saw us. I don't know what he saw that he liked, but he's going to turn around as soon as he saw us. I don't know if he just wanted to stop or if he wanted to see us. This area parallels the Veterans Expressway, which now connects Citrus County to Tampa. We're going to be facing the sun here for a minute, but we'll fix that when we get to another intersection up ahead. This is Centralia, and Centralia would have been... I believe this is Centralia, right? Would have been like the main road back then for this now completely gone town. It doesn't even exist anymore. People want to drive like they're mad out here. You can see we're getting passed by this car. Just does this road go far that way? I can't remember if that road goes far that way. You gotta go a little bit further. But this is Centralia, and it was a town. It was a huge logging company town. None of it exists today. There is a mile marker, historic post, I believe right on US 19, that marks the now gone town of Centralia. But the pigeon racing sport, you know, I was deeply part of that sport. I drifted away from it, and there was just too much drama to begin with. But that brought a lot of people from different parts of the country and different parts of the world even. I mean, there used to be Chinese, Polish, Germans, Dutch, just all types of people from everywhere. Canadians were out here too. In fact, I think Big Andy's is Canadian. So there were people here from all over the world. All over the world. Peregrine falcon. The enemy of pigeon racing sport. Motorized vehicles prohibited. Just have one quiet house back here. Pink flamingos. Some local foliage. But you would imagine that all this area that today is suburban residential neighborhoods on the far outskirts of Tampa would have at that time been, look at a map real quick and make a game plan here, would have been nothing but just plowed over by the greed of humanity. Give me a second, guys. Get in here.
Head north on Garden Court toward Peregrine Falcon Avenue, then turn left onto Peregrine Falcon Avenue.
So all this area here, it used to be beautiful forest, and none of it's left. It's somewhat of a barren wasteland today. They're still building houses out here somehow. I'm not sure how, but they're still building them.
600 feet, turn left onto Harris Hawk Road.
If we're lucky, we'll see some
turn
pigeon
left
coops.
onto Harris Hawk Road.
This area is also notorious for sinkholes. But you'll see that the houses, the square footage of the houses out here is significantly good-sized homes. They're not small. They're decent-sized houses.
Continue on Harris Hawk Road for half a mile.
They're not small. I mean, they're for what you can get a massive house built up here, you can get practically nothing in South Florida. So when they built these houses up here, that was so affordable, the land was so affordable, that they built big. And even to this day, it's still a barren wasteland out here. It's not like it's really, even though they built more houses, and this area was sparsely populated, but now there's more. Beautiful houses going in. They're still building. That's like a Ford Fairlane? What is that? Not sure what that is. Piping plower.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Puffin Avenue.
Interesting street names out here. If you want to live away from people in new construction in Florida, I guess this will be one place you can do it. You get on that Veterans and boom, you're in Tampa. It's not a free
Turn
road,
right
it's a toll
onto
road.
Puffin Avenue, then turn left onto Jaybird Road.
And somewhat of an expensive one at that. This is technically now part of Brooksville.
Head south on Harris Hawk Road toward Greylag Street. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Papercraft Avenue.
There's a Ukrainian flag on this house right here. And he's a sheriff's officer for Hernando County. Look at that. The Po-Po dog. Called Po-Po dog. This is the typical large, oversized houses you get out here. Typical oversized houses that were extraordinarily affordable when they were built.
Turn right onto Papercraft Avenue, then turn right onto Petrol Avenue.
They're building smaller houses now too. It used to be just big houses. People come flying across these hills. You gotta be really careful driving. It looks like a quiet, tranquil place, but don't let that fool you. People drive like idiots through these hills. And I think I want to end this. I'm gonna freestyle from here. So okay, we gotta make a game plan. You wanna go to the town of Brooksville? We haven't done the town of Brooksville in a while.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. And all this is technically part of Brooksville. If you live here, you have a Brooksville address, but you're actually, for all practical purposes, closer to Spring. And this guy's got some water heaters. Got a water heater collection there for scrap metal. Fill them up with water and take them to the scrap yard. See how much they weigh. Alright, big houses out here. They'll have 3-car garages and pretty big, giant houses. All this, a ghost town. Boomtown, the ghost town, the barren wasteland, to now Pigeon galore. The wild trajectory of the middle of nowhere. All these little roads that you see here with all these houses, when I used to first come out here, there was nothing, and I mean nothing out here. This was just, I'm telling you, there was nothing out here. I mean, this was the middle of nowhere. I mean, these roads were dirt roads. You could ride your ATV through here. Like, it was dirt roads that weren't paved. Every, like, 10 blocks there'd be a house, that type of scenario. And now, like, you come through here and they've turned the garage into an efficiency already, you know? Quite the rapid demise of a once glorious, booming town. Painted buttings and painted cauliflower beds, now freaking extinct. Osprey Avenue, the birds, even the roads are named after birds. Here, this area has a fascination with the avian criterions, creatures of the sky. Una pinga casquero lo que hay aquí. Una bestia amada, gato, así. Tipo de casquero, bestia amada, así. Me cae mal. And they're still building, and that's the crazy part about it. The crazy part is that they're still building more. And these types of neighborhoods always lend themselves to a place where police officers live. Here's another one. This one's from, what county? Hernando? East. Maybe these roads will take us back to, like, Eskimo curlew or something like that. Or a hex. See if we can get down there. Yeah, this will do it. So, affordable place to get a big house, facts. This area has some horrible stories too of the people that were here. There's some more logging. They're not done logging yet. Round 2 of logging is going on right there in that empty lot. Mahopac. It's actually pretty beautiful and scenic. Who would have thought there'd be new nice suburban houses out here? This was a barren wasteland. I think once we open up here, you'll start to see pigeon lofts again. Let's see if we can see some pigeon lofts. You'll see like giant sheds in the backyards. Big giant aviaries. That's where they keep their birds. They'll start up right around here. Just about... Some of these neighborhoods, just about every other house has a pigeon coop. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. There used to be about over 100 pigeon breeders back here. I don't know how many are left today. Some are in prison, some are gone at their age, and others are still gakiando city. Finch Road. It's unrecognizable. I mean, to think that like what I remember this area being, and then seeing this now where it's all built up, it's crazy. Like, this was that place you moved to if you wanted to be near nobody. I mean, this is looking like Spring Hill now, right? What do you say, Katie? Fulmar. Let's go on this. Look, they're building new houses up there. Dude, that road from here that way is not paved anymore. I guess there's a few stretches here that aren't paved yet. Look.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There's still a few unpaved patches here and there. And this is wild. I mean, to think what this place used to be like and what it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, just like you see up ahead, this is like what this was, basically. Dirt roads like this, with no houses, just mountains and woods. How Florida has changed. I mean, this almost was like Spring Hill.
Yeah.
Little patch here that's not paved. Now gone, Centralia. And this reminds me of like the Golden Gate Estates when they were first building it.
Yeah.
So I'll probably start seeing pigeon lofts around here. Bunch of garbage in the woods right there. Squirrel crossing the culvert up there. Old abandoned semi trucks. There's some meters. There's less pigeon coops here than there used to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if the pigeon guys all quit or what. Bunch of old trucks up on that hill up there. There's a bunch of old trucks up there. Oh, there's a big giant pigeon coop right here. There's nothing but it. That right there, guys. Let me just show you. See if I can show you guys real quick. That is a pigeon coop right there. In fact, there's 2 of them. It looks like it's abandoned, right? Am I mistaken for thinking that's abandoned?
I don't think it's abandoned.
Look at how high the grass is. That right there on top of that hill is a pigeon coop. You can see another one right behind it. What's crazy is I think it's abandoned. There's the grass that tall. Nobody's gonna have the grass that tall if there's pigeons inside. But I guess it's abandoned. I guess a lot of guys abandon their pigeon coops. I mean, back then you could rent a house and the house would come with your pigeon coop. That's how big the sport was back then. I think it's I might be on a decline. I'm not sure. Those are pigeon coops right there.
Yeah.
But they're huge. Some of these pigeon coops are bigger than their houses. I mean, and some of these pigeons, crap. I've held pigeons that were bought for more than $50,000. Just think about somebody letting you hold their $50,000 pigeon. Quite the honor and liability. This is Hexham, and go this way. And back towards Brooksville. not sure if there's as many pigeon coops as there used to be. I don't even see pigeons flying. What day's it, Tuesday?
Yeah.
And it's young bird season almost. I think right now they're
breeding.
no, they're not breeding
They
right
just
now.
finished breeding.
They're feathering. This is like when they don't fly because they
Yeah.
got the feathers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not probably not flying right now. And the ones in Naples, they're not flying right now. They do the thing where they molt the feathers
Yeah.
and they don't let them fly. They're not paired. All right. This is Sunshine Grove. You don't even see that many pigeon activities like you used to. The biggest pigeon race in the country now. Remember the one in Miami we went to? The one off of Miami?
Yeah.
That's the biggest one in the world right now.
Wow.
They say in the world, I mean by dollar amount. It's up to like, my brother was telling me it's up to like $5 million.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy? The one in Miami that we went to, the first year they opened it, remember?
Mm-hmm.
They're up to $5 million. It's the most money in any pigeon race in the world. Tell you what, that truck right there. Just look at this traffic. If you'd be on here, there'd be nobody out here. It definitely doesn't feel as isolated as it used to feel. This used to feel like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't feel. It felt like the end because we really didn't go that far back then, other than like some races.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Oh, right now we're stuck behind a semi hauling cars. Oh, there's cops out here. Oh, he's dropping rocks on the road too. Dang it.
Gosh, wow.
On top of that, he's dropping rocks on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Great way to get a broken windshield.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get a broken windshield. Let's let this thing pass. It ain't worth getting a broken windshield.
Mm-hmm.
He's just dropping rocks all over the road. Look at him.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
No. We hit a rock on something recently and it scraped the whole paint off the front of the bumper. I don't know if you've seen it. So we could do Brooksville and then Brooksville and Aegis.
Yeah, we need to.
This is definitely a unique place, man. There's not much like it out here. And I think wasn't Brooksville like a site of a battle for during the Civil War?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
They do reenactments.
Yeah, there's a Civil War reenactment. My buddy in Naples, his son goes to the reenactment every year. Kind of a redneck thing to do. So those inland clouds are building up. They're building something there. They got a whole bunch of crap burning right there in the woods. Remember we used to come up here and get barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
Alright guys, there it is. That is the now gone town extinct gone. Finished. Centralia. Now becoming a suburban sprawl. In all directions. Check it out. From Spring Hill, Florida, Brooksville, Florida, Sunshine Grove.